All right, so I am back. I want to show this Your Phone app off on the Windows side. So I'm using NVDA. You can use this with JAWS. I have had some crashes with JAWS. That's why I'm choosing to use NVDA here. Um, I don't know, JAWS. I'll be honest with you all. Like I love JAWS. It's one of the things like that kind of brought me back to Windows, but sometimes JAWS really plays havoc with programs. Take for example VLC. I actually learned this just recently, and it was like mind blowing to me. But I always thought that like if you open a file and just hold down the right arrow key in VLC, if you do it on a Mac, for example, you have no problems. It just like flies through the file. You release the arrow key and it puts you where it should be. If you run JAWS and do it on Windows, it gets caught in a buffer and like you lose control of your system for a minute. Like you have to like alt tab away and then come back. And I thought like, well, damn, this is like a really bad like Windows issue. And then the other night, I don't know what happened, but I turned off JAWS and was using Narrator and happened to do the same thing and it like worked flawlessly. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I turn on JAWS and that exact same thing, and Jaws like froze up. We're not here to talk about that, but I'm just explaining. Sometimes with programs, Jaws is a little finicky, and it bothers me. I wish they'd really fix that. Because ultimately, like I love using Jaws. Like it's actually been fun. Like Picture Smart is one of my favorite apps that's out there right now. I think it like really changes the game for outside of like seeing the Meta Ray-Ban glasses like work in real time and like how quick they are. Um, this is like almost as close and as good as that. So it's kind of crazy to me. So anyway, back to the phone app. So I'm gonna alt tab over, and NVDA is actually talking kind of fast, so I will interpret what it's saying. I'm also using eSpeak, which I know a lot of people hate, so I'll kind of just paraphrase what it's saying.
Phone link row one column two and three. Phone link conversation.
All right, so we got phone link here. So you can hit your hotkeys, which are Alt 1 and Alt 2, to jump you between either Alt 1 is messages, Alt 2 is your call history. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to hit Alt 2 because I'm in Alt 1 already.
Call history group in recent calls list. Talk plus
So
reservation.
it says call history and it puts me in my call history. So I can hit down here and actually see who I've called and talked to. Now the thing is, this actually does keep track of even when you're not connected to your computer. So I'm gonna hit down.
Lonnie Swafford incoming.
I
Talk plus.
talked to Lonnie earlier, and Lonnie was a call that happened when my computer wasn't even on. So it actually is able to get your call history data, which is pretty cool.
Lonnie talk plus reservation incoming. Lonnie
So
talk plus.
while I'm here, I'm going to explore the screen real quick. So you can tab,
Call button.
so you can call. The next one's going to be send a message,
Send message button.
then tab again.
Dollar group in. Search your contact. Send it link.
Here's where you can search your contacts. So you can just start typing a name and it will find it, and you can push enter and you could shift tab back to call.
Keypad group in. One button.
And then here's a keypad. So here you can actually, use your keypad. You just push enter or space on one of these, or you can actually use the number pad and just like dial in like 502, whatever, right? So I'm gonna shift tab back to Tark though.
Search call button. Talk plus reservation. Lonnie talk plus red call
And
button.
I'm gonna hit enter on call, and it's gonna actually make a call on my phone through the computer. So you're gonna hear actually voiceover talking a little bit when it first connects. And that's actually just because it treats it as like a Bluetooth speaker. So we're gonna push enter.
Phone link. Transfer call to PC button.
Swipe up to unlock. Welcome to the TARC 3 Paratransit Reservations line. Please listen
Now I'm gonna
carefully
show
as our
the
menu
keypad.
options have
Mute toggle
changed.
button out. Send call to
To
mobile device.
continue in
Mute toggle button
English,
out. Toggle button out.
press
Keypad
1.
group in. What?
Para
I'm gonna push
español,
the number
oprima
one
el
just on the
número
number
dos.
pad. I'm gonna push one again when it starts
Our
talking.
reservation hours.
And then it's bringing me to this new system. So as you can tell here,
Welcome to the
End call
TARC
button.
3 reservation.
Phone link.
I'm gonna end that.
Dollar group in. New notification.
As you can see, notifications also come in. So it told me I had a new notification from Telegram because I actually heard voiceover talking right next to me. But as you could hear while I was on the call, you are literally just using your computer to navigate. I actually took a phone call and talked to somebody earlier, and I asked them if they could tell I was on a computer, and they said no, which was actually really cool. So I'm going to shift tab. We're going to check out these notifications real quick.
Call history group. Secondary features. Notifications.
So notifications show up on either tab, by the way. So you just have to shift tab back a few times, and you'll get to notifications from call history, or if you were on new message and messages, that you would do the same thing. So I'm going to hit down.
Phone notification trend. Phone notice Telegram notifications under microphone voice message 7/9/2024 at 7:36 p.m. 1 of 8.
So you can tell John,
Telegram notifications under microphone.
my friend, sent me a telegram. He'll like hearing this on YouTube later, but I couldn't help it. Sorry. But anyway, so you can tell that these two notifications came in while we were using the Your Phone app. So you can clear these.
Play button. Open thing button. Other grouping. Keep open play
Um,
button. Notifications group. Telegram features grouping. Calls. No unread items. Notice play button. Open thing button. Play no feature secondary features grouping settings. Call history grouping. Recent.
no, I can't. Okay. I thought I could clear them, but maybe I can expand it. Hang on.
Features group. Notifications group. Phone notification. Phone notice. Close Bluetooth connected. But close thing button. Notification. Phone notification. Clear all notifications
Yeah.
button. Next button. Notifications grouping. Clear all notifications.
So I can hit clear all notifications.
Notification. New notification.
And I think what it does here with the iPhone.
Secondary features grouping settings. No features grouping. Calls. No unread items. Tabs.
Oh, there we go. Cool. So I'm going to hit Alt 1.
New message button. New message.
And it takes me to my messages now. So I'm going to tab over and text Lonnie.
Conversations list. Section header group. Conversation with Abby Hodge. Message preview not selected. 1 of 6 level 2.
So these are just little previews. So these are people that I've talked to recently. So you have my wife, Abby.
Conversation with Heather McKitt. Conversation with Lonnie Swafford. Message preview not
My friend Heather, my boss Heather, and then she has two roles, friend and boss. And then Lonnie. So I'm going to push enter.
Conversation content grouping. Send a message. Conversation with Lonnie Swafford. Edit link.
So I'm going to write, I wish I knew the answer,
Space.
but it sounds like you may need tech support. And I'm going to push enter.
Sending. Message
And then
sent.
I heard the swoosh. So it's strange that your network is seeing the printer, but your computer isn't.
Message sent.
And I sent it again. So that is just really cool because you can correspond with these messages. And then if he were to respond, I could read it in this thread here. So I don't know. It's just it's very neat. Having the Mac is something I kind of missed, having this sort of functionality. It's not perfect. Like I said, I had some errors with JAWS. Nothing that like was catastrophic. It just would freeze. But it is such a cool experience, being able to just stay on my keyboard or using a braille display. I'm not having to like, pick up a phone and do something real quick. So I just wanted to share this app because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. Setup was very easy. All I had to do was connect it via Bluetooth. And basically, when you roll through the phone, it has you pick Android or iPhone. And then it basically gives you instructions as you go. So it's not like hard or anything. I will say I have used this with Samsung before. So Samsung has some integrated things where you can kind of like what Apple's doing with Mac soon, where you can access your phone like from a dock, area and like 100% integrate and use it and drag and drop files and all these things. That does work pretty well as well. I mean, if I were an Android user, I'd 100% use that. You have a little bit more capability with your phone. But this is still, for me, mostly all I need to do. So just thought I would share. Hope you enjoy.
Stop share alt plus S button.
Have a great night.
Window.